Men are very simple. He's not obsessed with you because you're too obsessed with the future of the relationship that's not even in existence yet. Does this sound like you? You're on a date with a guy and it's literally your first date, but all you're thinking about is, oh, does he like me? Does he like what I look like? Are we gonna date? Are we gonna get married? Is this gonna be my future husband? If that sounds like you, that's why guys are not obsessed with you. Now listen, the right man is going to come along and nothing you do is going to stop that from happening, okay? Your soulmate is meant to be with you. God, the universe, it's all going to be aligned and it's going to happen perfectly and you're never going to expect it, and it's going to come when you're not looking for it. Therefore, while you're waiting for the right man to come along, have fun with all the wrong ones. Don't stress out on dates. Don't not have fun on dates worrying about the future and if you guys are going to have babies together. Like, none of that matters. Have fun. Dating is not supposed to be stressful. Dating is supposed to be fun. Especially the younger you are. Like, if you're in high school or college, the odds of you ending up with that person are probably slim, unless, you know, maybe when you're in college, relationships are a little bit more serious, but especially when you're in high school or young like that, it's like the odds of you ending up with the person that you're with are so slim. You marry one person, hopefully, so the odds that this one person that you're dating is that person, like the odds of that are low, you know, like that's how you have to think. And so therefore, while you're dating all these guys, don't worry about if you're gonna get married, because if it works out, it works out and it was meant to be. But if it doesn't, that means that there's someone that you're going to love even more than the person you love right now. How happy is that? How amazing is that? I think that's like the most beautiful thing in the world. Now, guys are not like girls, okay? Girls overthink. Guys are really not like that, okay? So if you're on the first date or you guys have literally been on a few dates and you're already thinking like, oh my God, are we gonna be boyfriend, girlfriend? Are we gonna get married? Like, if you really think about that, like, it is kind of crazy. You do barely know the person, okay? And that's how a guy is going to think. A guy is going to think in his head, she's crazy. And it doesn't matter. I know that you're not crazy. I know all girls are like that because I'm a girl, I understand. But guys are not going to understand that. Maybe if they have a sister or like a really, you know, close, I was gonna say girlfriend, but you know, that's probably a red flag. So hopefully they just have a sister that they learn from. Even some guys that have sisters are still pieces of crap, so you can't always rely on that. When you're first dating someone, when you're going on dates with them, it's not that serious. I want you to think that in your head, okay? It's not that serious. We're not even dating. We're not even boyfriend, girlfriend. The person that cares less has more power. And that's like an unfortunate thing to say, but that is the hard truth and that is the hard reality. If you care less, you have the upper hand. So you want the guy to care more. You want that guy to be obsessed with you. You want him to be chasing you. And in order to do that, you have to care less. And that's what you have to wrap your mind around. You have to get this in your head. You are not even dating him yet. You guys aren't married. You're not planning on having kids. You're just on a date. That is what you have to think. It's not that serious. It isn't. This is another thing you have to keep in your head. If you're not dating the guy yet, if you're just like in a talking stage, then you can't be worried about where he is, what he's doing. You can't be like obsessive like that. His life, it doesn't really matter because you guys are just going on dates. You've just been to dinner a few times. You've just hung out. It doesn't matter. Now, of course, once you start dating, it's different. I'm saying before you start dating the guy. Again, I could say this over and over, but you just have to have fun. Like while you're on dates with guys and you guys are doing fun things together, going to these cool places and cool restaurants, it's like, just enjoy your time in the moment. And I know that's really hard to do, but you have to just remember, just because you're hanging out with someone and going on dates with them, even if you do start dating them, it doesn't have to be like, oh, I'm gonna be so heartbroken at the end of this, even if you break up. You're not going to be heartbroken over every guy you date because not every guy you date is going to be worth being heartbroken over. Instead of thinking, does he like me? Think in your head, do I like him? Do I want him to be the father to my children? Because get this in your head. Your daughter, she's going to end up dating a guy just like her dad, and your son is going to turn out just like his dad. So do you want your son to be like that? Do you want your daughter to end up with a guy like that? Would you want to see her in the same tears that you're being in? No. Is he worth my time? Not am I worth his time? You have to give yourself that upper hand. Now, once you've gotten this in your head that, you know, you're having fun with the wrong guys while you're looking for the right one, you're not being obsessive, you're giving yourself the upper hand. Once you have this all in your head, you are going to radiate confidence. When you are on this date, you're no longer going to seem insecure. You're no longer going to seem like, oh, I'm shy. No, you're going to seem like you are that girl, like you are that freaking biatch, okay? And people are going to see that. People are going to be attracted to that. That is how you make a man obsessed with you, is when you are not obsessive and clingy and obsessed with his attention and all of that. Like, guys, unfortunately, in some cases, but guys unfortunately love that. Like, they love the chase. They want you to not be obsessive and clingy right away. Men want to fight for you, okay? Men are natural fighters. Men know what they want. They will spoil who they want. And no matter how dumb they pretend to be, they know what women need romantically. If you're not receiving the attention, the flowers, like the unconditional love, whatever you're searching for, it's because he doesn't really like you. And that's what you have to keep remembering. You have to give yourself these hard truths so you remain in that upper hand. When you take this approach to dating as well, you're going to just have a more authentic experience. You're going to really see whether you like the person, and you're not going to be thinking about the pressure that's on you and all of that. Because once you think in your head about the future and dating them and marriage, it's like a lot of pressure is on the table, and you're really going to give yourself that pressure too. And that's going to become really noticeable in the way you talk, the way you interact with someone. You want to be your genuine, authentic self when you're on a date, because at the end of the day, this person could be the person that you're going to end up with. And do you want to think in your head that on your first date you were so stressed out, like thinking, oh my god, where's this gonna go? Like, is this gonna go somewhere? Does he like me? No, I'm not saying that on the first date you won't feel like you want to marry the person, because I was guilty of that. I will be honest. When I was on the first date with my boyfriend, I really thought, I'm going to marry this guy, like he's the one. But the difference is I wasn't thinking in my head, oh my god, does he like me? Like, is this going well? Does he think I'm pretty? Like, I wasn't thinking anything like that. I was so relaxed. I just was like loving the moment. I was living in the moment. I was so happy. It just felt so right. And I was really relaxed. And I think that was the difference. For the first time ever that I was on like a first date, I was so relaxed. I didn't feel like I had like anxiety. I always felt that. Like when I would go on dates when I was in high school, I always would just get like anxiety. Like I would be so stressed. It felt so natural, which was so foreign to me. And that really is how you should feel when you are on a date with someone you really like. It should feel natural. You guys should feel like you're best friends, because when you marry someone, you're going to want that person to be your best friend. You're going to spend every day with them. You're going to raise kids with them. You're going to build a house with them, have a family, have every day of your lives together. So when you're on these dates, genuinely enjoy your time with the person. Try to get to know them. Like, this person could be your best friend that you spend so much of your life with. And so that's such a beautiful thing. And why ruin the moment with stress and anxiety about the future? Let's recap, okay? The next time you're on a date, you're going to live in the moment. You're not going to be thinking, where's this going? You're going to be present. You're going to enjoy the moment. You're going to be having genuine conversation with this person. You're going to not be obsessed with them. You're going to be detached, be individual, be independent, love yourself. Know that you don't need him. If anything, he needs you, right? Eve was made for Adam. Adam wasn't made for Eve, okay? We gotta remember this. You have to know your worth, stand your ground. Is he impressing you? Not am I impressing him. So keep this all in your mind. I hope you enjoyed this video. Like, subscribe, and comment a first date you've had, maybe somewhere you went, or a one that went really well, one that went wrong. Let me know in the comments. Love you guys.